Hey, BubbaTac here, and this is going to be my video review of the Radical Firearms 16-inch 5.56 1-in-7 twist upper. As of right now, which is July of 2018, these are pretty widely available. Some places are out of stock, but a lot of places do have them in stock, and they go from anywhere from $190 to $250. But I thought that was a pretty good price from Joe Bob Outfitters. And like, if this is like an older setup with this FCR M-LOK rail, kind of has this tensioning system down here, sort of like a like what you'd expect from maybe a Midwest Industries, and then it has another screw that goes right here that holds that on the bottom as well, or tension on the bottom. I really don't know. The new ones actually have a different kind of barrel nut, and they actually have like 4 screws, 2 here, 2 there, and then 2 more right here and 2 more right here. It's a little bit different than this one. It's got a different look to it up at this point right here, where it actually mounts to the upper receiver. So I don't know if this is their older style. I've seen a couple of these as completed rifles. There are some right now, as of July 2018, available at Aim Surplus that have the same type of M-LOK rail. So I don't know if it's older. I don't mind it that much. I kind of like Midwest Industries rail styles, and this kind of looks like that, you know, with this tension lockup on the bottom right here around the barrel nut, which cinches the rail down, and then has these gas holes up here, or vent holes up here I should say, or additional machining to make the rail pretty light. And you know, I kind of like it, the look of it, I really do. It's growing on me, even though I thought it was going to be a bit different. And I'll talk about some more items regarding this as we go on. But what this video really is going to be is me trying to answer some questions that I had about it, such as are fasteners Loctited, or is it the barrel dimpled for the gas block? It doesn't appear to be pinned, but I can determine that when I get it off. What are the barrel markings, that kind of thing. And I think I can tell from here, but I do believe this is a stainless gas tube. It is mid-length, if you're wondering that, but you can always change that out for a melanated one. I might do that in the future. Probably won't do that right now, but I might do that in the future. But if you prefer that to be the same color and be a little bit stronger, a little bit better finish regarding your gas tube. So I'm going to be taking off this rail and taking a look under here and seeing what we're dealing with. Just initial impressions, it has a pretty nice finish. Everywhere I can see on the outside, inside, whatnot, has just a really nice finish to it. Everything looks like it was done correctly. This actually has, I believe, a melanated barrel inside and out, and then, like I said, the stainless steel gas tube, standard phosphate on the upper receivers. I believe it is a Ford assisted model, shell deflector, and came fully assembled with the proper upper parts kit. There's your forging mark. Don't know how well you can see it, but there it is. It does have, in case you're interested in knowing, because it is kind of an important thing, it does have M4 feed ramps on both the barrel extension. I don't know how well you can see that, but they are there, barrel extension, and on the upper receiver. Other than that, it doesn't really have a lot of other marks on it. It has the M-LOK symbol right here for the M-LOK rail. The rail itself has, which I like these kind of rails, they have mounting locations at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 positions, and actually there's another position right here for 10 and 11 right here, but I don't know how well you could get stuff in there. But they're not just mounting positions at, you know, the normal 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions. It's all the way around, so you have quite a few options. Then of course you have the full monolithic top rail, Picatinny rail, which I do like them that way. Kind of just a look. Sometimes they're machined out here in the middle to save weight, but I kind of like the way they look there. Just looking down, straight down the barrel here, I don't know how well you can see this, but it's very squared off, which I kind of like that. It feels good in the hand when I hold it. It really does. And it's squared off there. I may show you that a little bit better when I get the actual rail off there itself. But I really do like the way that looks. Just a standard A2. Sorry about moving the camera. Standard A2 flash hider right here, bird cage, you know, with the bottom section sealed off for deal with climb. It's well done, and this you know, it's a good price, really is, for everything you're getting. I mean, really, if you think about it, you're getting the upper receiver, you're getting the upper receiver parts kit, you're getting a rail, you're getting a gas tube, you're getting a low profile gas block, the barrel, the flash hider, you're getting all the barrel nut, you're getting all the hardware and everything. You're getting all that for you know, a price right around $200. $210 in my case, ship free, and it's just a great price. And the components themselves are pretty nice too, having a you know, mid-length gas system, and having a melonited barrel, and having you know, a real nice rail like this. This also has anti-rotational tabs, if I didn't mention that earlier. I really do like those. It keeps them in place. One thing that I didn't really care for on it was, I don't know how well you can see it there, but there is definitely a gap between where the rail mounts up with the upper receiver. Another reason for me wanting to undo this and try to, when I learn what I want to know about it, put them back together and see if I can get that gap to come out. So I'll go ahead and take it off real quick and give you a look-see in there, because I'm kind of interested too. These screws, if you're wondering, these Allens are, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they are 3/32. So as you can see there, I got it apart. So the way this is actually held on is these two Allen screws right here provide the tension, and this Allen screw actually right here, which is captured in there, actually rides in this groove right here on this proprietary barrel nut. So don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it take the gap out like I was thinking, if that screw right there actually has to interface with this actual ring around the actual barrel nut. That's actually kind of an interesting barrel nut, it really is. I'm gonna get a magnet here and see if it's steel or aluminum, but it looks like it just uses like a big wrench. Don't know what size, but just a big wrench to you know, torque it on and, you know, take it on and off, and to, you know, properly torque it. You know, not like a, you know, a normal type armorer's wrench like this that would, you know, use these 3 prongs, or this side for a standard mil-spec barrel nut. This one just looks like, you know, use like an open-end wrench or crow's foot or something to get it torqued down, or maybe even an adjustable wrench. I kind of like that. It's useful, maybe ease of maintenance, that kind of thing. Let me go get that magnet real quick. Let's go ahead and see if it's aluminum or steel. So that answers your question right there. That is a steel barrel nut. Answer some other questions. None of these fasteners, as you can see, these for the rail, and as you can see, these for the gas tube, were Loctited. That's no big deal. I got some Loctite. I can go ahead and Loctite them. Just be aware that if you do get one from them, there's a possibility they might not be. And if you're wanting to make sure everything is locked down nice and tight and not going to come loose on you, you might want to, you know, Loctite these and properly install them. Not that they seem plenty tight, but when I took them off, but you might just want to make sure they're Loctited. So I've removed the small Allens from, and they're all the same size, by the way, that 3/32 to get all these off, all 5 of these fasteners for the gas tube. And let's go ahead and see if the gas tube is actually, the barrel is actually dimpled for the gas tube. So as you can see there, very nice, it is dimpled. It's not pinned, as you can see there, but they have dimpled it. They have gone that extra step to dimple it, which you can always, if they hadn't, you can always dimple your own barrel. It's no big deal, but it's nice that they actually have done it for you, just to keep it from, you know, moving around and everything, and to get it properly set where you want it. Here are your barrel markings. That was another thing I was interested in. Don't know how well you can see them there, but we have 5.56 NATO 1 in 7 twist. Would be nice to have the manufacturer's mark on there too, but that seems pretty well done on there, and it's fairly standard for most barrels. As you can see, you get a real good look. That's another reason why I wanted to take it off, to show you this. You get a real good look at this barrel profile, which is their SOCOM offering barrel profile. So as you see, just kind of skinny down here, you know, like a standard barrel, where it being like an M4 government profile. And then up here in the front, it's got this real nice, right here actually where it starts, right before you get to the gas block. It gets real thick right there, and then you have your gas block that actually indexes on that, or sets up against that flange right there. And then you have just a real good thick barrel out here going all the way to the end. Kind of a fan of, when we're talking about just standard barrels, you know, when you're not going lightweight or you're not going heavy, I'm kind of a fan of government profile barrels, and you kind of get this you know, feel. It's a little bit heavier, but this feel from it. You have to understand though, when you're putting, this is a 15-inch rail. I don't know if I said that earlier. When you're putting a 15-inch rail all the way out here, and you have a SOCOM slightly heavier barrel, I should say, and you have a steel barrel nut like this one here, you're going to incur quite a bit of weight from that. Now this isn't going to be, you know, an H-bar barrel, you know, a great deal of weight, but there is going to be some incurred weight. It's going to be a nice shooter, real light recoil for sure. It's going to have a lot of room for accessories. Back together, everything is nice and Loctited and torqued down properly. As you can see, the gap is still there. It's, you know, as I feared, because that index is on that little ring around that barrel nut, it actually pulls forward as you tighten that screw down to go down into that slot. And I even put a carry handle, you know, notched here to hold it together, you know, something to span the Picatinny rails, and it actually even, you know, pulled itself forward again. That's just the way it is, the way that's done, to actually index on that ring, that part of the barrel nut for installation. So that may be something to think about when it comes to these particular uppers from Radical Firearms that have this type of original, I guess, or older style rail, M-LOK rail. But it's no real big deal. That's just me being kind of picky. It's not really that big a deal, hardly even noticeable. You probably wouldn't even notice it if I hadn't pointed it out to you. But everything's torqued back down. Was pleased to see some of the things I found out about in there. Hopefully that kind of helps you as you're thinking about purchasing one. Some of the questions you might have had about what kind of barrel nut, and whether it's dimpled, and what's the barrel markings looks like, and what does the actual profile underneath the rail look like, that kind of thing. Like I said, for the price, you can't beat it, and it's going to help me complete my current AR-15 build that I'm doing, currently in the process of doing. So this was my video reviewing the Radical Firearms 16-inch 5.56 1 in 7 twist upper with their, what I'll call their original FCR M-LOK 15-inch rail system. Thanks for watching.